Brace up, Yusuf.
Guys, let's start Ramadan with a bang!
This is going to be my 6th year. This is going to be the 7th year. This year is going to be my 8th year. And year 9. 10 years. Hello everyone, salam. Welcome to Ramadan Diaries. This is the first episode of where I take you behind the scenes of what it looks like to lead taraweeh. In this video, I start the video off a couple days before Ramadan and then my travel over here to my parents' house in New Orleans, and the first day leading. I take you behind the scenes of the mental and the physical challenges that I go through and just how I'm setting myself up, at least in this episode, how I'm setting my Ramadan up for success. I hope you guys enjoy it. This video is a longer one than I expected, but it's going to be a fun ride this entire month, so I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you in there.
قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس.
Alright, so I just made it back into New Orleans officially. Just had dinner with my family. I'm super tired. I had like a 7-hour drive, but this used to be my sister's room, not my room, honestly. I would never have like these flowers up there. It's Thursday night, so tomorrow night is the first night of Taraweeh. I'm going to be bringing you guys along the entire process. This is going to be my 10th year leading Taraweeh, which is insane.
Ramadan mubarak. I hope you guys are enjoying your first days of Ramadan. I hope your fast is going really well. I think there's an opportunity over here that I want to speak on for a way that all of us can maximize our Ramadan beyond comprehension. So our Prophet ﷺ said, those of you who feed a fasting person in the month of Ramadan, then he gets the same reward without it taking away from his own as well. So that means if we feed a person who is fasting in the month of Ramadan, then we get the same reward. That means you get your own reward as well as the next person's reward. But instead of just looking at it as 2 people, look at it as 5 or 10. Imagine if in the month of Ramadan you fed 100 other people and you got an extra 100 days of fasting reward. We often forget these extremely important opportunities, and this is the part where you guys come in. This month of Ramadan, for just $200 you can feed an entire family of people in Gaza. We have teams over there that are providing support and giving food and water for iftar for the people over there in Gaza, but obviously this can only be done through your donations. So I'll leave the link in my bio as well as leaving it over here on this story for your convenience, and just remember that this small act can be the means for you to enter Jannah, inshallah.
Alright guys, good morning. I woke up, I took a shower, I grabbed my bag, and I just hopped out. I'm headed to a coffee shop right now to do some work before Ramadan arrives tonight. And I was just on the phone with my wife, Sarah, and we were talking about how just Ramadan. We were just talking about Ramadan and just like what this Ramadan is going to mean to us. And I was giving her advice, and I was explaining to her and telling her, like, you know, this Ramadan, let's really try our hardest to extract as much as we can from Ramadan, you know, because Ramadan is a thing that you can either get only sleep deprivation and starvation from it, and that's all you're going to get from it. Or you can like open the door to Allah's treasures, and you can ask Him, and you can rebuild your relationship with God, and you can rebuild your relationship with the Quran, and you have all these like new habits and goals that you can form. For me, I'm going to sit down for a couple of hours, and I'm just going to ask myself, like, what do I want to achieve this Ramadan? So I don't know how it was for you guys, but last Ramadan, it happened so passively. Like, I feel like it was just bad timing, you know? And I know I shouldn't say that, but that's just how I felt. Like, I felt like I wasn't prepared. Like, Ramadan came last year, and I was like, I didn't make any time for it. I didn't make any space for it. So yeah, like, I need this Ramadan. So Ramadan is a month of improvement. It is a month of reconnection. It is a month of like reconciliation. It is a month of repentance. It is a month of like just goodness and solitude. And you know, it was so hard for me to leave Houston because last year when I left my wife to come here, it wasn't as hard because it was still so new. But after a whole year of getting to know my wife and a whole year of spending time with her, it was so hard to detach from Houston and the life that I have over there and my routines and just, you know, like the comfort of life. It was so hard for me to leave that and to come here. And I was so sour on the inside, if I'm being completely honest. I was like dreading it. I was supposed to leave yesterday early morning. I didn't leave until noon. And I was dreading it. And I was like, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. Like, what am I going to do there? There's nothing to do there. But then on my drive here, I had 6 hours to kind of ponder it. And I realized, like, you know, this is exactly what I needed. This is exactly what I need my Ramadan to be. Just me, myself, and I, my Quran, my responsibility to lead taraweeh, of course, and just like, that's it. That's what I need. I need this Ramadan just to be that solitude where I can sit with myself and I can talk to Allah and I can reconnect with the Quran and I can reconnect with my deen. Because you see, at the end of the day, like, I think the only one who can talk to you from like a deep level, like a super deep level, not a friend, right? From a deep level is Allah, is your creator, is the one that made you. And sometimes when you stray off that path, like, life gets heavy, it gets confusing, you feel a lot of pressure, you know? But then you come back and you talk to your friend, you talk to the one who created you, and that just gives you perspective, and that makes you feel more clear-minded and gives you more clarity. When you reconnect with Allah, it's just complete submission. I don't know how to explain it. It's just full on, like, yeah, Allah, I'm here, this is what I need, this is who I am, this is where I want to go, this is what I need from you, this is what I'm grateful for. Guide me, you know, like, guide me, truly. And this Ramadan, I really hope I can extract as much as I can from this month. And I hope that you guys watching also feel some sort of motivation, feel some sort of, you know, you do your due diligence to make sure that you're extracting as much as you can from this month, and it doesn't go wasted. Now I'm turning 25 this year, which is crazy to say. I'm going to be in my mid-20s. I have a perception of what a 5-year duration period looks like. And I know if I don't take my faith more serious, my finances more serious, my fitness more serious, my family more serious, these 5 F's, then there's just going to be one more F that's inevitable, and it's going to be failure. Yeah, so let's go inside, let's journal, let's do some work, and we'll jump in.
I want you to wake up every single day of Ramadan, 29 or 30 days. And after you praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, الَّذِي أَحْيَانَا بَعْدَ مَا أَمَاتَنَا, the one who gave us life after death, I want you to say, what if I just woke up in Rafah? What's on my mind right now? What's in my heart right now? What is a person waking up in Rafah right now seeing? And how can I be there for them? Mark my words, they will be praying taraweeh, even with the airstrikes. Mark my words, they will be asking questions about how to fast, even if they have nothing to break their fast with. Mark my words, they are thinking about how to find Laylatul Qadr, even though they don't know if they're going to live to see another night. And none of us truly know. But with death so imminent, they're still thinking about catching Laylatul Qadr. You are going to see the images of ibadah, of worship coming out of Gaza.
Okay, he's back. I probably shouldn't be saying this on camera, but one of the benefits of being in a small town like the one that I grew up in, is you can park wherever you want and you're not going to get towed. Unlike Houston, you park somewhere incorrectly for like 10 minutes and that's it. Like your car is literally towed. I had a friend of mine in Houston who literally parked somewhere for 10 minutes because he had to go inside this like restaurant to use the bathroom really badly. Bro came back out and his car was towed. It was gone. He had to pay $300 just because he needed to go to the bathroom. It feels good to be back inside this little cab. These hats are fire. I can't wait to drop my own, inshallah, in a couple of months. Also, I realized that I didn't introduce myself, so I know a lot of you guys are probably new here watching the channel. Hello, salam. My name is Yusuf. Full name is Yusuf Siddiqui. I just go by Yusuf Truth online because my last name Siddiqui means truthful, so I kind of just made it, or it comes from truth. So my name in short is Yusuf Truth. Yeah, I'm half Pakistani, half Filipino, 24 years old. I've been documenting my journey of self-improvement, fitness, online for the past 5 to 6 years, but this month is going to be all Ramadan focused, so yeah, hope you guys enjoy the vlogs. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to a lot, like this Ramadan too, is I journaled about it. I have to vlog about it also a bit.
I'm happy that you're enjoying vlogging. Like, I love you vlogging. It's so cute.
I know, it's been a while since I've vlogged, and it's just
when
fun.
you vlog. Everyone asks, like, is Yusuf gonna vlog again? Like, where's Yusuf? Like, did you eat?
Did I eat today? No, I'm about to go downstairs right now and eat.
You didn't eat?
Yeah, not yet. I had some coffee in the morning. I like the one over here too.
It's lacking something. We need more.
No, it looks good.
Yeah, that's it, right? Ramadan Kareem.
It looks beautiful. I think it looks good. You don't want to do too much. We can do it for Eid.
Yeah, for Eid, yeah. Just for us. Oh, I wish Sarah was here.
You don't have a second copy?
I might have it, but you know what? I'm gonna make a copy for you before you leave.
Yeah, some of it, I got like half of it done.
I don't know why different one. It's not properly. No, it's not properly. How it is. She is. All this thing. What you doing?
I'm just filming.
Me?
No. Alrighty, what is up you guys? So I didn't get a chance to update you on what's been going on, but it is currently 5:25, almost 5:30 right now. That means Maghrib is in about an hour, Isha is in about like 2.5 hours. Now this is typically the time where I tend to get more reserved and I tend to get more like by myself, because this is where like the mindset portion of leading taraweeh really kicks in. So usually right now I just get quiet. I either go on a walk or go on a drive. I would say like 95% of leading taraweeh is all mental. It's the best way to put it is it's quite literally like you're going on tour and every single night you're doing it without food or water. That's just the name of the game, man. That's what we do. So I'm going to have my portion ready, hopefully by Isha, in time for taraweeh to come in. Before I go silent, I want to kind of run you guys through everything that I did at the coffee shop. So I sat down at the coffee shop and I went over just like my Ramadan stuff. And I'll share with you guys like my habit tracker over here real quick. But before I do that, I was talking to my friend Junaid earlier today, and we were both talking about how Ramadan, especially this Ramadan, I urge and encourage all of you guys to really push for solitude. Really push for solitude. You know, Ramadan can very easily be a month of parties and hangouts and suhoor fests and like whatever else you guys are involved with in your life, you know. But you have to look at Ramadan that it comes once a year. It comes once a year, bro. And this is the one month that Allah is like, hey, whatever you want, I'll grant it. You just have to ask. The doors of mercy are open. So are you going to be dumb enough to let the opportunity fly by? Like, think about an entrepreneur that you look up to, or an athlete that you look up to, or like just some public figure that you look up to. And if he came to you for a whole month straight and he was like, bro, yeah, tell me whatever you want. Tell me whatever you need. I'll go and get it for you. Sit here, sit in your house. I'll come, I'll go get it. I'll bring it to you, to your doorstep. I'll hand deliver it to you. How stoked would you be if Mr. Beast came and gave you $1 million? Mr. Beast came and gave you $100,000 like he does in his videos, right? But this is like the king of the king. He's like the Lord of all mankind. He's, you know, the most merciful. He's God. He's Allah. He's the most magnificent, right? And we have a whole month dedicated to him giving us his blessings. I feel like you can only grasp what that means when you're either in good company or you're in solitude. So really push for those two things in this month. Just,
I hope you guys extract everything that you need in your life this Ramadan. I truly, sincerely am going to be shooting for that as well. I'm going to be asking Allah for things that I need, asking Allah for things that I want, asking Allah for guidance in my health, in my wealth, in my family, in my protection, and like everything. And like, just do it. Just do it. Just like submit this month. Just cut out all the noise and just be in solitude. Just be by yourself. I don't know. I always think about how our Prophet, peace be upon him, would, before he was granted his prophethood, he would go into the cave. He would go out in the mountains. He would go up in the mountains in what? In solitude, searching and thinking and pondering and meditating. And then Allah gave him something so valuable. I look at that as an example. I'm like, why shouldn't I take that same thing? You know? So basically, I have two notebooks over here. One is for my life, so it's a bit thicker. And then another one is more work related. So down here, you guys are going to write 1 to 30. And this is where you're going to write down like one of the most memorable things that you've had that day. So like the first day of Ramadan, what was like the most memorable thing? What was like the best thing that you accomplished? Write that down. And then over here I have, this is also just like a normal bullet journal, by the way, that you guys can find anywhere. I have this section over here that I created with a ruler, where up here I have all of my like habits that I want to be consistent with. And then I rate the day on like how good it was from 1 to 10. I was about to get all fancy with my Quran set up, and I was gonna sit on the bed and like set up my tripod, but I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. And this is how I be setting up. It's me on the floor. I put my Quran on top of my suitcase, and I practice here right in front of my mirror. And that's usually how it goes. It's just simple. Ramadan Mubarak, Mama. Yeah, Ramadan is officially here, guys. SubhanAllah. I knew it in my bones that it's going to be today and it's not going to be tomorrow. And I'll connect with you guys after taraweeh, after day 1 is done. I just want to document how nervous I am. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim, as-siratal ladhina an'amta 'alayhim. غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ألف لام ميم. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالله. Day 1 is complete. Day 1 is complete. I was praying taraweeh today. I was standing there praying, feeling super happy, having this thought of like, why am I so happy? And I realized it's because Shaitan is no longer there. And then I realized another thing, which is like, I want to be a man of God. And what does that mean, to be like a man of God? To really truly love and understand Allah. Because every single year, every single Ramadan, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate as well, every Ramadan, I get this like feeling and epiphany and just like sensation of, I want to do more. But I feel like outside of Ramadan, that feeling isn't there. I feel like that feeling of, I want to be better, I want to do better, I want to be a better man, isn't there. But you see, the thing about wanting to be a man of God, to be a righteous man, it comes with a million other good things, right? You want to be a good leader, you want to be a good husband. Throughout the conversation with my dad, like he just kept putting the point in my head that like, Yusuf, if you have the deen in your heart, the dunya will always come. And it sounds so simple, but wallahi, when you're adult and you're working in businesses and you have a wife and you're just young and naive like myself, that simple point of like you should have the deen in your heart seems like the hardest thing to accomplish. And my dad gave me this example tonight where he was saying that holding onto your deen is like holding sand. No matter how tight you hold on to it, there's always going to be grains that are falling below. And you can't just hold it loosely. You have to hold it as tight as you can to hold on to it as much as you can. I don't know, it's just the first month of Ramadan, first night of Ramadan, and I'm just documenting these thoughts. And the way that I feel is like, I want to shoot for my version of greatness. I want to shoot for my version of exceptional. I want to be able to look in the mirror at the end of this month, inshallah, and be like, yeah, this Ramadan was exceptional. Why? Because I did it, right? And I hope all of you guys listening can look in the mirror also one day at the end of Ramadan and be like, yeah, my Ramadan was exceptional. Why? Because I did it, right? Because I myself did it, and we all have our own understanding and structure of what that looks like in our lives. I feel like Allah has put me in such a unique position where at the age of 12, I went to a boarding school in New York, and I lived so much life by the age of 15, 16 when I graduated. And then like my mom is Filipino, and I have, a convert mother, and then my dad's an immigrant. I grew up with my Filipino side of my family a lot, and they kind of allowed me to open up my mind in different like ways and perspectives. So I feel like I've seen both, So I think moving forward, that is like the mission. I want to be a man of God, and I'm not saying that I'm going to be perfect. I am not a prophet. I am not an angel. I'm not a scholar. I'm literally just a normal kid trying to figure it out as well every single day. There are so much, even though I'm Hafiz, and even though I grew up in a religious family and in a religious community, there's so much I need to learn. There's so much I need to do to grow. There's so many mistakes that I'm going to make. There are so many mistakes I have made. There are still so many mistakes that I didn't know I've made, and I'm going to come to that understanding in the future. But at the end of the day, the best thing that I can do is stay curious and try. And just try, And I think there's like this stigma around Muslim influencers where people on social media want us to be perfect, and they look at us as role models. I don't want to be looked at as a role model because I'm a perfect Muslim or I'm like the ideal Muslim. That's never what I want to be. I would rather be a role model for someone who's just trying, someone who's flawed and someone who's imperfect and someone who isn't the ideal Muslim, but he's working towards bettering himself. And that is what the ideal Muslim is like when you're always trying your best to connect everything to God, and you're always trying to connect everything to how it relates to yourself, So that's kind of like where my mind is at right now, and I'm really glad that I documented this. This is like a 13-minute clip. If there's one takeaway that you guys can get from this Ramadan series, is you just have to try. You just have to try. You have to put your mind towards it, and don't just try in the wrong direction. Make sure you're climbing up the right mountain, because I promise you, do things God consciously, Because if you don't have God in your mind, you're going to climb up that mountain and you're going to realize there's a wrong mountain all along. And then you're going to look across the horizon and you're going to see the mountain that you should have climbed. And God's name is going to be written. It's going to be written on that mountain. And you're going to wish that you climbed that mountain. So let this be a sign, because every single Ramadan, I have the exact same thoughts and the exact same feelings. And I'm telling you, it's because of the devil. It's because Shaitan is holding you back from this feeling of enlightenment, So this is the first day of Ramadan. Maximize as much as you can in the month of Ramadan. Just maximize it, okay? Really, really, really just sit with yourself and just ponder. Isolate yourself. Just think. Spend time with yourself just thinking. Pray Salat al-Istikhara, which is a prayer of guidance, right? Ask God to guide you.
The Prophet ﷺ said there are no people gathering in a house of Allah, remembering Allah Ta'ala and reciting His book,